Imagine a question that has puzzled scholars, mystics, and seekers alike for centuries. What happened during the 18 years of Jesus' life that the Bible does not record? From the age of 12, after astonishing the teachers in the temple with his wisdom, Jesus disappears from historical texts until he re-emerges at age 30. For historians, this is a gap. For mystics, this is a journey. This is not just a historical curiosity. Hidden within these years is a powerful lesson for all seekers. Every great spiritual master at some point walks a path unseen, where inner transformation takes place away from the eyes of the world. This is the period where the soul is being prepared for a mission, a time of silence, learning, and awakening. According to various ancient texts and local traditions in India, Nepal, and Tibet, Jesus traveled east during these years. He studied under Hindu and Buddhist masters, meditated in Himalayan caves, and came into contact with teachings about karma, the cycles of life, and the subtle energies of the universe. He did not come merely to teach. He came to learn, to grow, to purify, and to embody the divine wisdom that he would later share with the world. In the records discovered by historian Nicholas Notovitch at the Hemis Monastery near Tibet, it is written that Isa, the noble soul from the west, came to the east in search of truth. He studied with the masters in Benares, meditated in the mountains, and was loved and revered by the people. These accounts may be debated by historians, but the deeper truth remains. The story points to a universal law of spiritual evolution, that wisdom grows where the soul is willing to learn, no matter the culture or land. Consider this. In every human life, there is a hidden journey. Times when our efforts, our struggles, and our growth remain invisible. This is the laboratory of the soul. For Jesus, it was the mountains of India and Tibet. For each of us, it may be a silent meditation, a period of study, or a struggle that nobody witnesses. What matters is the transformation within. During this hidden period, Jesus absorbed the philosophy of non-duality, the understanding that the self and the divine are not separate. He practiced deep meditation, learning to control life energy, prana, and the subtle vibrations that govern consciousness. He learned the importance of humility, self-discipline, and love. These were not ideas he could teach with words alone. They had to be embodied. And this is the first lesson for us today. True spiritual transformation is not about recognition or fame. It happens in silence, in unseen moments, in the hidden hours where we cultivate wisdom, patience, and compassion. The world may not notice, but the soul knows. The teacher knows. And one day, when the time is right, the fruits of that hidden work emerge naturally, as they did in Jesus, now ready to teach, heal, and awaken others. Let us pause and reflect. How often do we rush to be seen, to be acknowledged, to achieve? The hidden years remind us, the most profound growth happens in silence. The work you do today, even if unnoticed, shapes your entire future. Every hour spent in meditation, contemplation, or selfless service is part of that hidden period, preparing you to be a channel of light in the world. When Jesus returned to Galilee at 30, he was no longer a child or merely a student. He was a master of his inner world, ready to reflect divine love in every action. And yet, the lessons he learned in the mountains, in caves, and from Eastern masters remained invisible to most. What they saw was love, wisdom, and miracles. What they did not see was the quiet transformation that had prepared him to embody that light. For us, the hidden years may take different forms. They may be periods of struggle, loneliness, or intense learning. But these are the years where your soul is being trained to carry your own mission of light. And if we pay attention, we can recognize that the world itself is a classroom, and every challenge, every moment of reflection, is part of the hidden journey. So the mystery of Jesus' hidden years is not only a story of the past, it is a mirror for our present. It teaches us to trust the process, to embrace silence, and to understand that the unseen work within is the true foundation of all greatness, all love, and all wisdom. As we step further into the hidden spiritual history of Jesus' journey, we encounter a figure of extraordinary mystery and power, Mahavatar Babaji, the immortal Himalayan master. Unlike the figures of legend, Babaji is described not as a myth, but as a living embodiment of eternal consciousness. He transcends time, illness, and death, not by miracle alone, but through complete alignment with the cosmic mind. Paramahansa Yogananda, in his autobiography of a yogi, shares that Babaji's presence is subtle yet transformative. He does not write books, issue commands, or preach in conventional ways. Instead, he teaches through vibration, presence, and the transmission of energy to those prepared to receive it. Babaji is the bridge, the living connection between divine consciousness and human awakening. It was in the Himalayas that Jesus encountered this master. Here, away from dogma, religion, and the judgment of society, two souls met, not merely as teacher and student, but as resonances of the same divine frequency. Babaji did not merely instruct, he awakened. Through silent guidance, he taught Jesus the secrets of Kriya Yoga, the ancient practice that unites breath, life energy, and meditation to accelerate spiritual evolution. The essence of Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is not just meditation, it is a spiritual science. Its practices include pranayama, breath control, harnessing life energy, and directing it inward to awaken consciousness. Inner attention, dharana, focusing the mind inward, releasing attachment to the material world. Meditation, dhyana, achieving unity with the divine by dissolving ego and realizing the self as pure light. Through these practices, Jesus learned to control his body, mind, and spirit, transcending ordinary limitations and accessing higher consciousness. He experienced eternal life not merely as survival beyond death, but as profound union with God. This was the spiritual preparation for his mission, to sow the seeds of love, unity, and awakening in the West. The meeting of light. The encounter between Babaji and Jesus was no ordinary meeting. Imagine two souls vibrating at the frequency of divine light, merging wisdom with compassion. Jesus brought unconditional love. Babaji brought mastery, stillness, and the science of awakening. Together they harmonized Eastern and Western spiritual truths, creating a bridge between meditation and heart-centered love. Jesus' transformation in the Himalayas was internal. No books, no sermons, only the transmission of energy, consciousness, and spiritual understanding. He absorbed the principles of life energy, non-duality, and inner light. Babaji's guidance allowed him to return to the world, carrying not just teachings, but a frequency of awakening that could touch millions of souls. The legacy for modern seekers. Babaji's message is timeless. Awakening is not through external ritual or blind belief. It is through alignment with divine consciousness within yourself. Meditation, breathwork, and inner contemplation are tools to dissolve ego, awaken compassion, and connect with the source of all life. The meeting between Jesus and Babaji teaches us a vital lesson. True transformation comes through direct experience, not doctrine. Their encounter transcended religion, culture, and dogma. It is a blueprint for modern seekers. East and West are not separate. The wisdom of both flows within each of us. Love and meditation are inseparable. To truly embody compassion, one must cultivate inner silence and presence. Awakening is not about following someone else. It is about living the teachings in your own life, becoming the bridge between heart and mind, meditation and action, love and wisdom. For you, watching this video today, this story is not just historical, it is a call to awaken the same light within yourself. Your path may not take you to the Himalayas, but it will lead you inward, to the quiet sanctuary of your soul, where transformation happens in silence. Jesus and Babaji show that mastery of life begins with mastery of yourself. Before you can transform the world, you must first transform your inner world. The breath, the mind, and the heart are your training ground. The practice of Kriya Yoga is not exotic. It is universal. It is available to anyone willing to commit to awareness, discipline, and love. As we continue, we move into the subtle yet profound dimension of Jesus' teachings, the layer often invisible to the casual reader but luminous to the inner seeker. Every word, parable, and gesture of Jesus carries a hidden code, a blueprint for awakening, if interpreted through the lens of Kriya Yoga and meditation. 1. Meditation in the heart of prayer. Jesus said, "When you pray, go into your room, shut the door, and pray to your Father in secret." Matthew 6:6. At first glance, this seems like simple advice to avoid showy devotion. Yet in spiritual science, this is profound. Room symbolizes the inner sanctuary of your mind. Shut the door instructs you to turn inward, silencing the distractions of senses. Father in secret points to the divine consciousness within, the source of eternal light. Through this inner meditation, one experiences dhyana, a state where the mind dissolves into awareness, connecting directly with the divine presence. 2. The eye of the mind. Matthew 6:22 states, "If your eye is single, your whole body will be full of light." This is not about physical sight. It refers to the third eye, or Ajna chakra, the center of intuition and inner vision. Focusing awareness here activates the pineal gland, awakens life energy, prana, and allows divine light to flow through the subtle channels of the body. In Kriya Yoga, this is the path to illumination and higher consciousness. 3. The breath of spirit. Jesus said, "The wind blows where it wills. You hear its sound, but you do not know where it comes from or where it goes." John 3:8. The wind symbolizes the life energy, the prana that moves through the central channel in meditation. Just as the wind cannot be contained, life energy flows naturally, and those who practice inner awakening can feel its subtle currents. Meditation awakens this energy, allowing it to cleanse, heal, and expand consciousness. 4. Living water. "If anyone is thirsty, let them come to me and drink. From his heart will flow streams of living water." John 7:37-38. This living water is the energy of divine consciousness that flows when one achieves unity in meditation. It purifies, energizes, and connects the practitioner to the infinite. By practicing Kriya Yoga, anyone can become a source of this living water, a beacon of love, compassion, and spiritual light. 5. Self-renunciation and the path beyond ego. Jesus declared, "If anyone wants to follow me, let them deny themselves." Luke 14:27. This is not about abandoning life. It is the surrender of ego, attachment, and false identity. In Kriya Yoga, every practice is designed to dissolve the illusion of separateness, allowing the practitioner to merge with the divine consciousness within, a state of inner freedom and clarity. 6. The unity of East and West. The meeting of Jesus and Babaji is not merely historical. It is a vibrational blueprint for humanity. Jesus brought the love and compassion of the West. Babaji brought the stillness, meditation, and inner mastery of the East. The teachings show us that love and meditation are inseparable. Compassion flows naturally from inner awakening. East and West converge within you. Spiritual science and heart-centered love are not opposites but complementary forces. Awakening is practical. It is not about belief but about becoming, embodying the principles in daily life. 7. Your role in the light plan. Babaji entrusted Yogananda to bring Kriya Yoga to the West, continuing the mission Jesus had started centuries ago. Today you are part of this ongoing wave of awakening. The teachings are not historical relics. They are living instructions. Meditate daily. Use breath, awareness, and inner attention to awaken consciousness. Live in love. Compassion, forgiveness, and unconditional care are the fruits of inner work. Bridge heart and mind. Integrate meditation with action. Integrate wisdom with emotion. By embodying these practices, you become the living extension of the teachings of Jesus and Babaji. You are the light in human form, carrying the frequency of awakening to a world in need. Conclusion: the path of becoming. The lost years of Jesus, his journey to the East, and the encounter with Babaji are not just stories. They are keys to understanding your own spiritual potential. The path they reveal is universal: inner mastery, love, meditation, and the awakening of life energy. This is a call to action for every seeker. Stop merely searching externally. The teacher is within. The energy is within. The light is within. By practicing presence, meditation, and love, you awaken the same consciousness that Jesus carried and Babaji transmitted. Now, the story comes full circle. The teacher, the student, the eternal light, all reside within you. The age of awakening is here, and it begins not in the mountains of the Himalayas but in the silent temple of your own soul.